Okay, this is lesson 2. This is creating a lamp. We're also going to be using nodes with this one. So we don't need the cube. We can get rid of that. Yes, the lamp is going to be a little weird because I'm going to be using a sphere as the base. So if you go Shift A, you can add, we're going to be under mesh, and we want UV sphere. That'll give us that. If you forget, you can also go add mesh and then UV sphere that way. So that's going to be our base. And then, so then I'll add the cone this way. Don't click off the cone. We need to change the cone. I want the cone radius to be 1.25. So it's bigger than the base. And then this radius up here will be how big the point will be. So 0.25. As you can see, it essentially chopped off the top and made it more of a flat top cone. And then if you want to, you can move it up from here as well. So I'm just doesn't matter, just move it. You can still move it afterwards. And then we can go into edit mode, which is, I can't remember the shortcut, but you can just do it here, edit mode. And you can see I am on the cone and it's re-highlighted. I don't need points, I need faces. So when I click on that face, X is a deletion tool. So if you hit X on the keyboard, as in whatever, like X-ray, and then delete just the face. And then you have to rotate down to then highlight the bottom one and then delete the face on that one. We need to then go into the little, it's the modifier properties, it's the little wrench. And clicking on modifier, we can click on solidify, and that will change the thickness. So I'm only going to click it up 3, and I'm going to zoom in. Again, remember, using the little scroller, you can go up and down. If you hold it, you can rotate, or you can rotate using this. You would click and drag, or zooming by clicking and dragging that way. So now we have our lampshade. I will be also changing this from an Eevee to a cycles. You want the cycles, again, changing samples, max samples to be 10, because we don't want it to take super long. Cycles is what you always want to change it to whenever doing anything. Yes, it takes longer to render, but it's better in the long run. So, shading. I'm going to click on, because I'm in edit mode, I have to go back to object mode. I'm going to click on the sphere. I'm going to go new. So, what we did last time was we just changed the metallic there, but I want to add some nodes. So, adding the nodes for this one is, you can find node stuff online, searching whatever texture you want. So you're going to say something texture blender and you can find it. To add more, Shift A on the keyboard, and I like to search for it if I know what I'm looking for, especially if I'm following a tutorial online. So I want color ramp. So I just type that in. It's easier than trying to find it any other place. Okay. And this one, we're going to have it twice. So this one's going to go into color base, and then Shift D to duplicate, and I'm going to pull this one down. When you scroll with the scrolly thing, it just pulls you back and forth. You have to click and drag. Next, I want this color to go to roughness. So it changes the roughness. And with this one, I'm going to switch this to be white. So the black's now white, and if I click over here, I want the white to be like a gray. Okay. I can probably go darker on that. I'm gonna go darker. I'm gonna go like that. You can also play with this and mess with that too. And then I want a bump map. So again, Shift A, search, BUMP, bump. And the bump map is gonna go normal to normal. Next, I'm gonna get what looks like a darkener on my sample that I have next to me. So dark, am I spelling? No? Oh, maybe it's a color, sorry, it's a color ramp. What is it? Is it color combine? No. I think it's, hold on, I think it's mixed. Yeah, it's a mix. But the reason why I'm thinking it's darken is because this mix right here will get switched to darken. And color is going to get moved. I'm going to put it kind of in the middle because I'm going to pull this out to factor here, and I'm moving it down to height for this one. Okay. I'm going to Shift D, duplicate that again, and pull that over. Color is going to go under color 1. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see. Oops. I'm going to pull this over so that's darkening it. And then I'm going to add a noise texture. Shift A, search, type in noise texture. Pull that, and then factor to factor. Okay, roughness is going to be pulled to an 8, it looks like. So I'm just going to type in 8. Detail is going to be 15. And scale is going to be 4. So you can already see how there's a little bit of texture on that. I'm going to Shift D and duplicate and pull this down. And, oh, sorry, that is not a noise texture. Do not do what I did. Shift A, we want musgrove texture. Height to color 2. And, sorry. Oh, I'm not responding. Okay. This is going to be a 1. This is going to be a 15. And dimension is going to be 0. And then everything else stays the same. The last thing I'm going to add is I'm going to pull these so that they're on the same side. And then Shift A, I need a texture coordinate. So I always type in texture and then C, and then it's right there. Texture coordinate. UV to vector. UV, oh, it's pausing again. And UV to vector. Oh, object. Sorry, my bad. I usually do UV. I never do object. This one has it set up differently. Oh, it's okay. Okay, so now we have a more rough texture, and I'm going to bring the metal shiness up on over here. So metallic. And then this black, I'm also going to lighten it as well, so it's not super dark either, because there we go. So it looks a little bit like concrete, which is kind of fun to me. So what I'll probably do, let me see. No. Whoops. I'm trying to grab the white and pull this white. So this is where you get to play with it, figure out what you want. Maybe I'll change this black to be a little bit of a lighter gray. There we go. I like that. Okay. So now I'm going to click on the cone. Again, create a new surface. And this one is, so like I said, nodes are going to be a little bit, nodes are a lot more work, but it gives you a lot more options. Again, like I said, you can, so we're going mix RGB. Like I said, you can find stuff online, because you will need to do this for your own lamp and table. You will need to have different things. And then the color ramp, we're going to have 2 of these. This one's going to go into color 1, and then Shift D, pull that down, and this one's going to go into color 2. White is going to be changed to whatever color you want. For this purpose, I'm going to go with a light blue, and then pull this black over. And then for this white, I'm going to go kind of like a purple, and then again, pull that over. And then we're going to add a wave texture. So again, Shift A, search, and then wave. The second one is wave texture. We're going to go color into factor. I'm going to Shift D, pull that down. Oh, hold on. I'm going to adjust this one first, so then when we duplicate it, it's already set up. So scale is going to be 80. Distortion is going to be 4. Details 2, detail scale. Okay. All that stays the same. So you can kind of see, and then you can change the direction of this. Just want to see what Z looks like. I'm going to have it as Z. I like the way Z looks, because it looks like it's banding around. And then Shift D to duplicate, pull down color into this factor. Okay. And then we're going to do some mapping. So Shift A, search, map, mapping right there, vector to vector. And then this one will duplicate as again, and then vector to vector. It's just this bottom one. This bottom one we will change Z, this first Z right here, to be negative 35. I'm going to give it a second to load. I think we're good. So as you can see, it kind of removed the wave texture. And that's okay, because we're going to add, again, another texture coordinate. So Shift A, and then I like I said, I type out all of texture and then C coordinate. This is where I was confused. This is a UV. And then we're going to go UV to vector and give it a second. And then UV to vector. Okay. So that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. Maybe it's because of the bands. It could be because of the bands. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was because the bands were on Z. Let's see. If I zoom in, rings. I know when you change it to rings, it can give you more of a wood texture. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's darken this back up a little bit. There we go. So that's my funny looking lamp. Okay. With its weird metal texture, which if I want to smooth that out, I can add, let's see if I change that to 30. No, is that not going to smooth it out? Okay, 15. It could be my bump texture. Okay, yeah, so it's my bump texture because I had it to high. There we go. Okay. Layout, and then I know there's a way to smooth this, and I think it's under modifier. Smooth. Okay. No, that just shortened it. Control Z. That's the one thing I cannot remember is how to smooth objects. But that's okay. Roughness. Oh. Is that gonna... No. Control Z. Okay. So. If you want to see what this looks like in the world, you just click this and it changes it to that. Some people accidentally hit wire, and if you do, it is going to just be that one up there. And then, like I said, texture, and then if you put it on this one, it gives you more definition based off the lighting, where this just gives you the surface. So that is the sphere. Again, you will be making your own. This was just a quick building with nodes.